same thing as higher education, to be a disciple. And so, there's disciples of all the sages have disciples. All the Pharisees are either disciples of someone or they have their own disciples. That's the way it is. So the disciples come out here, they go out fishing, and they spend the whole night casting nets, unable to catch anything. Which is the same thing that happened the night before the master called them the first time. Right? You read that story in Luke. So this is the same thing happens. They see him standing on the shore the next morning. You know why they fish at night? So the fish don't see the nets. Yeah. So that's why they're dropping nets at night. So they've been fishing all night. They see the master standing on the shore the next morning. He says, friends, do you have any fish? They say, no. He says, cast the net on the other side. They say, this is starting to sound familiar. They drop the net. They have the incredible catch of fish. John says, it's the master. Peter jumps into the water, swims to shore. The rest of the disciples bring the boats in. And they get to shore. There he is on the shore already. He already has fish. He's already prepared a fish breakfast. This is happening during the days of the Omer. I think we were talking about this earlier. The 17th of the Omer we celebrate at my congregation. We gather on the shore of the Hudson River and have a fish breakfast in memory of this event. So he already has fish. He has some bread. He has been cooking over a charcoal fire. And he says, bring some of the fish you just caught. You know the story. Then there's a conversation with Peter. Feed my sheep. Feed my lambs. Feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me? You know I love you. Do you love me? You know I love you. Do you love me? You know I love you. The three repetitions correspond to the three denials. 3 times Peter denied him. 3 times the master asks him to reaffirm his commitment. And at this point, we see Peter reinstated as the chief over the disciples, which was the role that he occupied previously. And so that's why this place is remembered as primacy, because this is where Peter became the prime disciple, the head of the disciples. That's all.